This week, the American Crappie Trail heads to Kentucky Lake,
That's a real nice fish.
a lake known for crappie.
Hundreds and hundreds of crappie in here like this.
But the water level is up 6 feet and storms threaten the field.
We ain't gonna fish in the light. I don't mind fishing in the rain.
$53,000 is up for grabs this week on the American Crappie Trail.
Good morning. We're here at the third stop on the American Crappie Trail, Kentucky Lake, one of the most famous lakes in the country for crappie fishing. We've got a beautiful day. We've got a beautiful lake. There's a lot of fish being caught, but they're small. So it's gonna be whoever can find those pound, pound and a quarter, pound and a half fish. We've got all the top fishermen right here, and I have confidence that those people will find those bigger post-spawn fish. So wherever you do, don't go away, because we're gonna be right back with American Crappie Trail here at Kentucky Lake.
Here we are, day one, ACT.
But there's 100 teams that really do know what they're doing. Any one of those teams could win about any day.
We're going to fish our least favorite spot first, and if we do good today, they're trouble tomorrow. I'm hoping we will.
Day one of the American Crappie Trail on Kentucky Lake, presented by Mid-State Seed. Long before the break of dawn, all tournament boats go through a required check station. All live wells and tanks are inspected, and boat safety gear is verified. This assures transparency and a level playing field. Teams can then launch and run to their starting locations, but cannot start fishing until the official start time.
Well, welcome to the show. We're going to do it here in just a minute.
Just minutes into regulation, the Martin Metal team is already on the board.
Hey guys, this is Scott Renfer and Brian McGee. We're on Kentucky Lake. We're sitting in Harmon Creek. We're spider rigging 8 rods out the front. We're double minnow rigging right now. Early morning bite. We've came in here, we've spent an entire day just in this small pocket marking stake bed. We'll run from one stake bed to the next stake bed. On our GPS, we've got several of them marked, and we'll just go from stake bed to stake bed, and we've isolated certain areas where we want to fish. We'll go in, we'll fish this area, and then we'll move to another area of this pocket.
What these look like for the most part is a bunch of toothpicks, or actually call it more of a tomato stake, and people come out here and drive them into the ground, and the crappies love them. So we just keep going from they're called stake beds, so we keep going stake bed to stake bed.
Well, it's been tough on me this morning. I came in here yesterday and caught some good fish. And I got in here this morning and this thing was full of these little old, I don't know, some kind of little striped perch. I mean, you can't hardly keep the poles in the water. They slowed down some now, but all morning I had a time with those things. And as soon as they hit, they'll run, hang around another line. So it's really been a trying morning.
We won't move out of this cove today unless the bite just goes completely flat on us. We're going to invest all of our time here and see if we can just grind it out and see if we can produce 7 fish for the tournament weigh-in.
It's going to take 11 to 12 pounds a day to win this. The fish, they're post-spawn. They've been stressed out for a couple weeks. What I saw in practice is they are starting to get back on the beds. These fish have been in deep water or somewhere and comes up with some fish with some eggs in it. I fished Monday, had 89 fish. They were all flat as far as eggs, so I'm really expecting to be post-spawn on the pattern. But the lake's been falling steady. We're losing 6 or 8 inches a day right now. I think that's only going to bring our fish in a little bit tighter on these beds, I'm hoping. The water clarity's been pretty good. A week or so ago it was real muddy. I had concerns about that, but it's the biggest thing that hurt us right now. Of course, I'm in open water, so if this wind gets up, we're going to have to go in, plan B. But it's not supposed to get too bad. I think right now we're just seeing a lot of boat waves, which catch 75 to 100 fish today. I think without a problem. It's just a matter of getting those good 7 ones.
We're here with American Crappie Trail. I'm Sam Heaton, and this is the tournament owner and director, Matt Morgan. Matt, we got a beautiful lake. We got a great day. What do you expect?
You know, Kentucky Lake, mecca of crappie fishing. The water's been fluctuating bad here at Kentucky Lake this time of year. We've had 13 inches of rain here in the last 2.5 weeks. So water's been way up and it's really spread the fish up into the shallow water. In the last 24 hours, I'm seeing 12 inches of drop.
Yes,
Yeah.
we looked at that this morning.
Yeah, so those fish are gonna pull back out of that shallow water.
The teams I think that'll be the strongest are the teams that have the knowledge or the ability with the sonar units to move out off of that in that 10, 12, 15 feet of water and fishing those stake beds and those brush silos.
There's absolutely no question. You know, we've got a field that is absolutely stacked with talent. It's unbelievable. The action's gonna be good. I'll guarantee you at weigh-in, we'll hear multiple anglers, multiple teams say that they've caught over 100 fish today. So it's gonna be a situation that they have to weed through a lot of fish in order to get 7 of them in the boat. I'm excited to see what happens here at Kentucky Lake, but I'll guarantee you the weights are gonna be good.
It's a spinner, a little bigger.
The team of Essery and Johnson are on some nice crappie, but struggling to get them in the boat.
Ah, come on.
God bless.
Ah.
Come on, fish. Any size? Big Bob's on the board.
The bite's picking up. Stay tuned for more from American Crappie Trail on Kentucky Lake.
Lucas Oil's Synthetic Blend 2-Cycle Outboard Engine Oil will not only produce a level of confidence with each trip to the lake, but also provide trust backed by rigorous testing on the track as well as on the water. Lucas Synthetic Blend 2-Cycle Oil has an extensive additive package that will provide clean burning, smooth running, and maximum performance stability to any outboard on the market today. Lucas Synthetic Blend 2-Cycle Oil will not void your manufacturer's warranty. Protect your investment with Lucas Marine Products.
Lucas Oil, it works.
More than a century ago, General Tire was born, right here in America. Since then, we've made a name for ourselves by making tires you can depend on. Tires built to handle any road this country can throw at them, and relied on by every kind of driver. So you know that no matter where life takes you, with General Tire, anywhere is possible.
Clean up your toughest messes super easy, super fast. Only Super Clean is formulated to do the work for you. Just spray it on and watch the grease and grime wash away. Super Clean is the only cleaner degreaser that is scientifically formulated to kick any mess to the curb, so you can move on to more important things. For all of your greasiest, grimiest, toughest tasks around the house, shop, or garage, Super Clean gets the job done. Super Clean, super easy, super fast.
B&M Poles, the #1 crappie pole company in the world. Whether you're jigging, trolling, pulling, or pushing, B&M has your pole. Third-generation family company with over 70 years experience. Home to the Bucks Graphite Jig Poles, the first and best-selling graphite jig pole in the U.S. for over 35 years. B&M Poles, official pole of the American Crappie Trail. The American Crappie Trail is brought to you by Lucas Oil Marine Products. Made in America, sold to the world. By Ranger Boats, driven to dominate. Super clean, super easy, super fast, super clean. By General Tire, anywhere is possible. And by these other proud sponsors. Day 1 of the American Crappie Trail on Kentucky Lake, presented by Mid-State Seed. The team of Capps and Coleman are under added pressure. After 2 tournaments, they are leading the B&M Angler Team of the Year race by only 1 point over Kent Watson and Matthew Outlaw. Ron Bilbrey and Thomas Hankins trail by only 2 points, with Tim Blackley and Jackie Van Cleve 1 point behind them. George Parker and Tim Eberly round out the top 5, making it a very tight race for Angler Team of the Year.
We're easing our way up the chart. We got about 3 or 4 keepers and 3, I think. It's decent, but you know, we expected it to be tough. It's been tough so far, but I look forward to fishing some of these other spots we've got right here that are in this area. It seems like there's gonna be some fish, so We're not out of it for sure. We got a long ways to go, but everybody always hopes they get started off to a real good start. We had probably one of the top 10 worst starts that I can remember, so we'll see how it finishes up, but we won't be giving up, I can promise you that.
Matt, you've got as much experience here on Kentucky Lake as anybody out there in the field, and you're a national tournament winner yourself. What do you think the weather is going to do here on Kentucky Lake?
I tell you, it boils down to one thing, and it's wind. The cloud cover, the sun, really doesn't have a whole big bearing as to how the outcome plays with these guys catching the fish. They're going to catch them. It's wind, wind, wind. The first few hours, pretty slick and calm.
Right.
Ideal fishing conditions.
Sure.
If you have a nice slicked off day that's just got a little bit of light chop, I'll promise you'll see some of the best anglers catch some of the best weights. We get that 5 to 10 mile an hour wind, Sam, it's a wild card. It's anyone's game.
Despite falling water, the team of Williams and Jones is putting a nice limit together by spider rigging a stump field in 10 feet of water.
We've got a brush pile right here. You can actually, you'll be able to see the fish on this brush pile, whether they want to bite or not. That's up to them.
Well, I don't know where our bigger fish have went to that we were catching the day before yesterday, but
Right now we're keying on small fish, so we're thinking about moving to a different location just to see if we can get some bigger fish.
Most of the teams have made long runs to find a secluded honey hole. Elliott and Harrison are fishing numerous stake beds within eyesight of the launch.
in practice, come over on this side, just hitting spots here, there, everywhere. Pulled up on this spot and caught 3 fish just barely touching the bed. 2 of those are pretty good tournament fish. So, you know, spun off of it and didn't touch anything else there. I'm gonna fish about 6 beds here, and I'm gonna turn around and go about a quarter mile and fish a big line right there. This area just seemed to hold pretty good fish, and if it's wind to hold out, I think it's gonna be out of the wind for a little bit, so that factored into it also. There's number 2 for now anyway.
There's Lippo.
Got him? Good? Leave the keeper. Gotta have a lot more like that.
At least he's a keeper, you know. We hadn't got 10 or 7 yet, so he's gonna go on a live well. Just in case, you never know what today might turn out to be.
We got a lot of black crappie this morning, about the .63 range, and we're hoping to get more of the, with this tough bite, the 1.25 pound range. We got 1 fish that's over 1 pound right now and a couple that are closed. And we're just working a batch of stake beds on a flat here in the midsection of the lake. Going to a various range of about 18 to 14 foot of water, but we are fishing post spawn here, so this is when this lake is at its toughest. You know, all the fish are trying to rest. A lot of times you gotta let that minnow just dang near hit them in the head a couple times before they'll hit it. Got one. There you go.
Not a big fish. Might help us out a little bit. That's when you know you're struggling on Kentucky Lake. It'll help. Knocks out our 8th fish.
That's what we're on here.
Most of the field are catching numbers, but no size. The weather forecast is for heavy thunderstorms and rain this afternoon, which may change the bite. With just 4 hours to weigh in, every bite counts, right here on the American Crappie Trail on Kentucky Lake. Martin Metal, the specialists for your post frame or stud frame structure. Whether your project is agricultural or residential, we are the one-stop shop for your building needs, with the goal to always provide quality products at competitive prices. With great service, Martin Metal is more than metal. We have our own truss plant for your truss needs. Our lumber yard has the highest grade of lumber available in the area, and our window and door options are as diverse as the buildings we supply for. Martin Metal, where our motto has always been, working hard for your success.
We put the Rockport Rattler to a real test. 2 champion anglers using 4 rods with the competition jigs against 4 rods using the Rockport Rattler. The result, the Rockport Rattler outfished the competition 10-1.
Rockport Rattler Gray Head.
This patented rattling jig contains a rattling chamber in the body of the jig. The rattle is amplified by using water as a conductor,
Rockport Rattler,
making fish hear it at much greater distances, just like a dinner bell for fish.
If you don't have a Rockport Rattler, you ain't catching crappie.
Land, water, seed, and sunshine. It's what farmers need to make things grow. At Mid-State Seed, we take pride in our partners and grow friendships too, providing quality seed farmers can count on. From quality control to packaging and shipping, Mid-State Seed works hard to distribute affordable product from America's heartland. Mid-State Seed, firmly planted in partnership.
Lucas Oil's synthetic blend 2-cycle outboard engine oil will not only produce a level of confidence with each trip to the lake, but also provide trust backed by rigorous testing on the track as well as on the water. Lucas Synthetic Blend 2-cycle oil has an extensive additive package that will provide clean burning, smooth running, and maximum performance stability to any outboard on the market today. Lucas Synthetic Blend 2-cycle oil will not void your manufacturer's warranty. Protect your investment with Lucas Marine Products.
Lucas Oil, it works.
Day 1 of the American Crappie Trail on Kentucky Lake, presented by Mid-State Seed. As the afternoon progresses, scattered storms threaten the field. High winds drive some of the teams to search for shelter. The team of Ayers and Kleinert have been forced to change techniques and locations. They're in calmer waters, pulling crankbaits for post-spawn fish.
We had a little tough luck in Big Sandy. We was on some good fish earlier in the week, and they just wasn't there this morning. We got about 6 fish up there, then headed north, and we're gonna try to finish up here and cull about 4 more, and we'll have a pretty good day.
The team of Socorro and Bledsoe are sticking to the technique they focused on in practice.
What we're doing here is spider rigging. Spider rigging in a nutshell, just the reason why they call it is it looks like a spider off the front of the boat. And we're using double minnow rigs today, medium and small shiners. Hopefully getting one to go. Oh, I saw that. You bit it multiple times, didn't you?
You get him? This one ain't either. We had been in here pre-fishing a few days, and we had a lot of structure marked in here. We fished a couple other creek arms and didn't find near the amount of structure. Caught a few decent fish in here during practice, and better than we'd found anyplace else, so we decided to go ahead and start here. We wanted to start out deep, thinking that the wind may pick up as the day went along, but seems to be just the opposite.
Local team of Tony Hughes and Bart Gillen are using what they learned in practice to put together a winning pattern.
Well, this time of the year, the fish are really scattered. So pre-fishing, coming into a place like this, we knew that we had to mark as much stuff as we possibly could if we found fish, because it was just one here and one there. We didn't catch two weigh-in fish off of one spot. They all come off a different spot. So you just you got to have as much stuff as you can possibly fish and cover as much territory as possible this time of year. Yeah, that's 11-inch fish.
Get that now. He's a little better. There's another one. Oh. Yeah, I'm spot locked. See how it gets in here? Not very big. Looking through here without weighing them, we already got a better fish, so that one's going out.
The skies open up, bringing more rain, but moisture is not the main concern.
We ain't gonna fish in the light. I don't mind fishing in the rain.
No size, no size. Where's your mama at?
I'm not sure what, where do you go on a deal like this?
We set through some pretty fierce lightning. I touched the pole racks at one point and it sparked off my finger.
It was dangerous.
Electricity in there for sure.
B&M Poles, the #1 crappie pole company in the world. Whether you're jigging, trolling, pulling, or pushing, B&M has your pole. Third-generation family company with over 70 years experience. Home to the Bucks Graphite Jig Poles, the first and best-selling graphite jig pole in the U.S. for over 35 years. B&M Poles, official pole of the American Crappie Trail.
Launching a Ranger aluminum boat that's cut full of holes may sound a little crazy, but with so much closed-sail foam inside, it's easy to see the added safety and stability. It's a huge confidence booster, especially with so much quality inside, along with Evinrude E-Tech's unrivaled performance and 300 hours with no dealer scheduled maintenance. Ranger aluminum is built to excel and priced to be yours.
Power your Ranger with Evinrude E-Tech.
The outboards that are changing everything. Easy to own and fun to drive. The Evinrude E-Tech G2, now from 150 to 300 horsepower.
And it was just so easy to drive, not having to worry about the trim. I could just gas it and go, and that's where I fell in love with the engine.
I could drive my boat literally with one finger.
In terms of just convenience, easy for me, the G2 is perfect.
I wanted something my wife could drive with ease.
I love my G2.
For details, visit evinrude.com.
For over 30 years, Lucas Oil has provided the very best products for the land and sea. From this success stems another amazing product from the Lucas Marine lineup, Lucas Slick Mist Marine Speed Wax. Just spray it on and wipe it off. Lucas Marine Speed Wax will make your boat look brand new and provide great UV protection. Apply Lucas Marine Slick Mist to wet and dry surfaces, in sunlight or shade. It's ideal in both fresh and saltwater application and prevents hard water deposits. Protect your investment with Lucas Marine products.
Lucas Oil, it works.
B&M Poles, the #1 crappie pole company in the world. Whether you're jigging, trolling, pulling, or pushing, B&M has your pole. Third-generation family company with over 70 years experience. Home to the Bucks Graphite Jig Poles, the first and best-selling graphite jig pole in the U.S. for over 35 years. B&M Poles, official pole of the American Crappie Trail. The American Crappie Trail is brought to you by B&M Fishing, quality performance and service for over 70 years. By Mid-State Seed, firmly planted in partnership. Martin Metal, your source for quality buildings, roofing, and lumber. By Evinrude, official engine of the American Crappie Trail. And by these other proud sponsors. Final moments before weigh-in for the American Crappie Trail on Kentucky Lake. The passing storms have triggered a bite.
No, get the net. Get the net. Real quick. Oh. Shazam, baby. Woo! That's right. Woo! Get you some, baby. Hey, y'all.
As time expires on day one of the American Crappie Trail on famous Kentucky Lake, our anglers head to the weigh-in. Mother Nature was gracious to our teams. While a short rain provided a challenge, the predicted high winds never materialized, promising the potential of big weights.
But let's get right to it and let's get to weighing some crappie here at the American Crappie Trail on beautiful Kentucky Lake.
The Rockport Rattlers Slab of the Day honors was split between the team of Turner and Turner and our fourth place team of Capps and Coleman. As our teams crossed the scales, Mark Williams and Trent Jones took an early lead that looked to be insurmountable.
Look out, this is the way to start out today. 1088, our new leader right now. That's how we do it, guys.
Williams and Trent's lead held up as teams brought limit after limit to the scales.
10:08, that's going to put you about third, fourth place. That's a good start. Good day. Good day. You got more for tomorrow? I hope so.
But then, the team of Tony Hughes and Bart Gillen stepped to the scales.
Looks like a pretty good sack there, doesn't it, Tony?
It's pretty good today.
You're not kidding. I think we got a new leader right here. 11:23. You're right up at the top. Right. Let's celebrate. Get over here, Bart. He's over there doing the fist pounding.
That's it for day one of Kentucky Lake. You know, we had a strong catch of fish, had a lot of limits. The leaders, Hughes and Gillum, have 11.23 pounds. You know how they're catching their fish?
Bart and Tony are local anglers here at the lake. They're spider rigging. They're fishing the south end of the lake in a wind-protected area. So they were the only boat around them. I got some information from them today after the weigh-in. They feel pretty confident going into day number 2. I've got 2 other teams on the radar. Capps and Coleman, very, very, very tough on Kentucky Lake. They've won numerous tournaments here in years past. They're not very far behind, about a half a pound back.
I wouldn't want them breathing down my neck.
Well, I wouldn't either. And I'm going to tell you, Ed Folks and Roberts, also in the top 5. This is their home lake. Ed's probably got 2,000 mats, 2,000 stake beds that he can fish at any given point, in the wind, out of the wind. Tomorrow is going to be an event that we're going to have to look at weather. What's it going to do? When's it going to blow? Is it going to rain? It's going to be an absolute thriller tomorrow.
Yeah, it's a lot of factors in there. So whatever you do, don't forget to tune in next week to see who takes home the Kentucky Lake Championship.